Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Whoa, check out those gas prices. It's cheaper to walk. Hey, that's a good idea. I should go for a walk. Hey everyone, it's Hopper again, and I am back on trail. Yep, I had to leave Ukraine. I was there too long, and I've got to do 90 days outside of the country to reset my visa, so the Florida Trail is a great opportunity to do it. But I am not giving up on Ukraine. In fact, I've chosen a charity for Ukraine for this hike on the Florida Trail, 1,100 miles up to Pensacola, Miami all the way to Pensacola. So, but first, I need to change. All right, here we go. Yep, as you can tell by the shirt, the charity I've chosen is World Central Kitchen. During the height of the war last year, World Central Kitchen was serving over 1 million meals per day in Ukraine. And even now, they're serving over 100,000 meals per day. After the recent earthquakes hit Turkey and Syria, within 48 hours, they were on the ground providing food during another natural disaster. So, for that reason, I've chosen World Central Kitchen to be the charity for this trail. In addition, the goal will be $5,000 for the entire trail. I hope we can make it. Every little bit counts, and I thank you guys for all of your support, both for Ukraine, World Central Kitchen, and everything that you guys do. So thank you very much. And the goal is $5,000. I will match dollar for dollar up to $5,000 from my pocket to World Central Kitchen. So hey, you donate $1, that's $2. So thanks very much. Follow along, and we're gonna hike on. We are now about to enter Big Cypress, and here's a map showing the entire Florida National Scenic Trail, all the way to Pensacola. 1 mile down, 1,099 to go. I've heard the trail could be wet, and here we are at mile 4, already getting a swamped trail. Well, the water hazards are gone, but this tree hazard, yeah, that could definitely be dangerous. We have arrived at 7 Mile Camp. Well, I'm not going to camp, but I will take a break. Just west of 7 Mile Camp is much needed water. It is hot out here today. Well, the water isn't the clearest, but that's nothing a little filtering can't help. About 40 meters from mile marker 12 is a mud puddle, so I'll see if I can get some water. I came for water. Looks more like chocolate milk. Okay, I'm gonna try again using a trick that one of my friends on the Arizona Trail, Rock Dog, showed me. You put some pantyhose over the end and then grab some water, and hopefully it takes out some of the main major particulates. Well, it's a little bit better. It's more like tea instead of hot chocolate. We have arrived at our destination for the night, 13 Mile Camp, which is weird because it's actually at mile 16.9. Hey everyone, that's the end of day 1, 16.9 miles total, which was actually more than I thought I would do for a first day, since I don't really have my trail legs yet. But no, it was pretty good. Didn't run into any alligators or anything on trail, but it was dry. It was actually much drier than I anticipated, with water sources either being very minimal or non-existent. So yeah, that could definitely be a factor. I think I'm going to start early in the morning tomorrow, maybe even before sunrise, just to beat the heat of the day. But for now, I think I'm going to get inside my tent, which is in that back corner back there, and get away from the mosquitoes. All right, hike on. Hey, good morning. Wow, slept pretty well last night. The Everglades, they came to life. Insects, lightning bugs, some other larger creatures, but I'd say they were probably birds or small little ground walking things, not necessarily alligators or bears. But water was an issue. I dry camped, and this little mud puddle in the road, it's been my first water for all day so far, probably about 4 or 5 miles. But apparently there's some mud and a lot of water coming up, so yeah, I hear it's supposed to be one of the toughest sections of the Florida Trail. Well, looks like the water problem is solved. Apparently this is supposed to be some dry land at Oak Hill Camp, but it's too early in the day, so I'm going to continue north. I think I should have packed my snorkel for this. Okay, that's a lot of mud. That's just totally grueling. All right, I gotta take a break. I got a semi-shaded spot, and then I'm gonna hike on. Finally. Ooh, that's a nice bench. Break time. Oh look, more muddy water. Hey, good evening. Well, I didn't make it to I-75 like I had hoped to, but I found an improvised spot here at mile 28.7, just about a 12 mile day. That mud was killer. And when I set up my tent, I realized I made a huge mistake. Yep, I lost one of my water bottles. 1 liter of water. So I've got about a half liter. So I'm gonna spend the night here, and I'm gonna be pretty dehydrated when I get to I-75 in the morning. Okay, before I sign off for the evening, I did mention yesterday that I didn't see any creatures, and that's not true. Actually, I saw 3 day hikers out of the Oasis Visitor Center, and the most awesome creature of all, which is a thru hiker. So Bop It, I don't know if you're watching this, Bop It, congratulations. I was 5 miles in, and she had 5 miles to go. So yeah, no, that's big kudos to you, Bop It. You did a great thing there. So awesome, congrats. Today I saw 3 like weekend hikers that are doing I-75 to down to Oasis. So there are some people, but really it's pretty much just hiking alone. Well, when I say alone, I'm not really alone out here, because there are 1.3 million alligators, 2,000 crocodiles, 1,500 Florida black bears, and tens of thousands of Burmese pythons. So yeah, I'm never really alone out here. And now for the serious topic. Today is the 24th of February, and for most of us, that day doesn't mean much. But 1 year ago today is when Russia launched their invasion of Ukraine. Many experts thought that Russia would conquer Ukraine within 3 weeks, but the Ukrainian people, in their resolve, well, they didn't let that happen. A year later, they're still fighting, and there's still a humanitarian crisis. And that's where World Central Kitchen comes in. So their main chef is Jose Andres. He's doing amazing things over there and around the world in order to feed people in need. And that's why we're hiking this trail. So I'll put the link down below if anyone would like to contribute. I appreciate it. The Ukrainian people appreciate it. The whole world appreciates it. So thank you. Hey, good morning. Well, I actually got some sleep last night, which was good. I'm camping about 1.5 miles from the I-75 rest stop. So yeah, I could hear the road traffic, which is kind of a motivator, knowing I'm pretty close. Sorry about my voice. It's a little hoarse today, probably from yelling all of that profanity yesterday at miles and miles of mud. Oh my God, I've never seen so much mud before. It's not exactly fun, I'll be honest with you. The mud was not a highlight of this section. Maybe if you're a pig, you know, you love walling around in mud, but for most of us, not so much. The mud gets inside your shoes, and even with Leuko tape, it's like sandpaper. So my feet, my heels, kind of shredded. So I'll be doing a little first aid once I get a chance to relax. We have arrived at I-75, and more importantly, toilets. Inside the rest stop, we have many food and drink options, and yes, even ice cream. That rest stop was a definite needed rest, but I gotta continue under I-75 and head north. Right, we've reconnected with the trail, and apparently there's supposed to be bears in here. Guess that's why they keep the gate locked, keep the bears in, or the hikers in. I am so tempted to take this bike. This would be so much easier. 2 more bicycles. It's almost like they're asking us to ride. Woohoo! Well, we have arrived at our destination, Noble's Campground. Nobody's here, except for the Lion King, and a nice table. This is the nearby water source. There's supposed to be a resident alligator, but I don't see it yet. There are a lot of fish, though. My foot does hurt, though. Not so much here or here, but right here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. Alright, they're gonna call it the end of the day. It was only a 6.9 mile day, but it was hot. Like, really hot. So it's really draining the energy out of me. I've got about a 13 mile day tomorrow. I think I'm definitely gonna start before sunrise and hopefully make it all the way to Seminole Nation Baptist Church, where they're hosting thru hikers. Hey, good morning. Well, last night wasn't too bad. As soon as the sun went down, though, every insect in the entire forest came alive. There were so many flies swarming. It was like The Exorcist. But the cool thing was in the middle of the night when I heard this low-frequency humming sound. And I can only suspect, because I heard it in 2 different locations, it was actually alligators. It's, I believe it's mating season, and that's how the guys are like, hey, how you doing to the lady alligators? So yeah, you could hear that low-frequency vibrating humming sound. It was kind of cool, as long as they stayed away from my tent. We are now about to enter Seminole Nation. Every time you see a cool area, you hope it's trail magic, but not this time. Well, it's another hot, grueling day here in Florida. 90 degrees Fahrenheit, about 32 Celsius, and it's going to be that way for about the next week. But managed to make it here to the Florida Nation Baptist Church. There are some places you can stop and see. There's a museum and some other places along the way. I was just trying to get out of the heat. I'll have to come back sometime and actually see more of the culture here, but it was just too hot. So, got here in time. So the church here has this really cool chicky. That's what they call this structure with a thatch roof. You can sleep under. There's a shower. Oh yeah, shaved. It's amazing. The Pastor Payne, him and his wife are very friendly, and rumor has it there's going to be a cookout tonight. So, all right, let me sign off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hike on!